Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Void podcast. I bring you your glorious hosts.
I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Josh.
And I'm Mike. Let's rock and roll.
Oh, baby,
On tonight's episode, we're going to talk about it's fiction, isn't it?
Right?
Have you guys ever been mistaken for someone that comes from fakey fake land?
Oh, man, what was that kid's name? There was a dark-haired kid on Doogie Howser. I forget his name, but...
Fred Savage.
No, it wasn't Fred.
Oh, that's a different show then.
They used to call... When I was younger, they used to... no, Fred Savage. They did used to say I look like Fred Savage when I was a
From
kid.
the Wonder Years?
Yeah.
You look like...
But no, if you go to Doogie Howser on IMDb, whatever his dark-haired friend was, Vinny? Was it Vinny?
Vinny.
I used to, get called that kid.
Yeah? So you weren't like the main character, you were like the side dish.
That's right.
Yep.
You were the
My
green
entire
beans.
life. My entire... Like
That's
green
my
beans are
whole life.
delicious.
My whole life, he says. My whole life.
And
Sean,
I'm the depressing one.
Sean?
Damn.
please.
We almost caused an accident.
Dang.
Sean.
Yes.
Sean?
The group
you
I used to hang out with in high school actually got compared to a group of superheroes. The Fantastic
Nice.
Four.
Like the worst heroes.
Yes.
Dude, they
Okay.
called
No.
you the Thing.
No. Yes, but the way
They
it
call
worked
this
out.
thing the thing.
But the way it worked out was
I'm sorry.
it was a girl and three of us, and we didn't like having a big lot of friends, like just people we would talk to and hang out. If we weren't really close, we didn't hang out at all. So it was just us four mainly through high school, and people started calling us the Fantastic Four. I was the thing because I was the big guy who played football and couldn't do math properly
And you're ginger.
Or
Yeah.
speak English.
or speak English.
Proof positive.
And then the girl in the group was Sue Storm, and then there was the Torch and Mr. Fantastic. Well, the girl in the group and I started dating, so I actually switched from the Thing to Mr. Fantastic to keep, the
continuity of
continuity,
the characters.
yeah, the finger woven, the continuity of it.
So what
together.
happened to Mr. Fantastic? What did he turn into?
He got stuck with the Thing.
Oh, man.
How did? So was he like a slender fellow?
Yeah.
So he got jobbed.
Yeah.
He got jobbed.
Yep.
Class bumped.
All right.
Clasp. And yet we're poking at him, and Sean was the guy originally anyway.
Well, see, I like that because I'm big. I break things. You saw me at the show this weekend.
He just
break
I was running into everything.
Yeah, it's like that scene from the Hulk where the Hulk is doing things. That's Sean. Hulk, you smash things, and he smashes them.
I punched our display. shooting a napkin into the box, and my arm
Yeah.
came down. And I just destroyed it.
Playing shooty hoops with a paper towel. Josh,
Yes, sir?
were you compared to some fantastical creature, or maybe someone called the Thing?
No, mine
You're
is...
not cool.
I know. I'm aware. Thank you for the reminder, though. It's
You're welcome.
only pain.
It's only one feeling.
It'll pass.
Mine actually... mine came up as something more recent because... And I don't remember what he was talking about, what we were discussing, but Bert brought up something that he made a comment assuming that like I was his best friend. And I just kind of paused when he said it, and then I laughed, and
Yeah.
then he got really upset.
What the hell, man?
You're my best friend.
yeah.
And then he got pretty upset. He was getting a little loud. But then I tried to explain to him, and just kind of like, well, look, it's more of like we're like a trio best friends between myself, him, and Phil, because we've all been like, friends for a terribly long time.
Yeah.
So then it kind of grew into the three of us, and which kind of like characters and things like that would we be, and it very quickly jumped to It's Always Sunny. I said that I was more like Mac, and I could be like Mac. Bert could be Charlie.
No.
Oh,
Phil
God,
would
no.
be Dennis.
Phil would be Dennis.
It immediately got changed. Oh, he's still Dennis.
Yeah.
Phil is Dennis.
Phil is Dennis 100%.
Bert is absolutely Frank now.
Bert is Frank.
He really is.
Bert is Frank.
And now I'm Charlie.
Actually, I probably would give Frank to Sean if you guys were like putting it all together.
Thank you.
You would always be Charlie, Josh.
Yeah.
You strike me as
Not
Charlie.
see, you initially said no, but like I can
Nobody ever
explain.
designated me Frank, though.
I can sorry.
You're
We're-
welcome.
We
Thank
are
you.
looking for a Mac. We have open auditions for a Mac.
No, I can't do it.
I'm Country
No.
Mac.
You could be. We need a country Mac too. That'd
Well,
be
you
awesome.
have to die that day, though.
Oh,
I
well,
can't live. I can't
spoiler
live
alert.
further than a day. Did I just touch your leg?
We did. We played footsies.
That's cute.
well, that is cute. Phil's reasoning was that because Mac is typically a little bit more louder, a little bit more intense, a little more out there, and
Yeah.
Charlie's like the small, kind of quiet, weird, shy guy, and that's me.
I don't know. I've never seen Charlie being small, cute, and shy. Charlie is definitely.
I've seen the shy.
The reason why I would compare you to Charlie is because he's a goddamn lunatic. Okay, that's why I would. Charlie boils
Thanks.
jeans. He boils found jeans. He finds jeans under an
Boiled
overpass.
denim.
Boiled denim. It blows my mind.
Are you inventive, though? Could you come up with something as amazing as kitten mittens?
Kitten mittens? Yeah, sure.
Kitten mittens? Boom, boom. Remember when the cat's walking across the floor? Boom, boom. It was so great. That was so great.
You're so great.
So that's why I'm Charlie.
Yeah, you look like Charlie too. a
What
little
about
bit.
you, Roxon? Who do you get compared to?
Roxon, Rodney.
Yeah, I've been compared to. I don't know who Rodney is, but I've been compared to a Ruxin guy.
Yeah.
Rodney's his first name.
Oh,
Rodney Ruxin.
yeah,
When we first met, when we became Facebook friends, so we were officially friends,
yeah, for real in real life.
for real, they had that. They were doing like that. Who's your celebrity lookalike? And you threw up Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I argued with a lady at the bank in South Lyon that you looked more like Harry Connick Jr.
I've had Harry Connick Jr. I've had Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I've had my friend Jeff, which is really weird because we
Oh,
look like brothers, and everybody always
That's
thought we were
true.
brothers. And also I've had Jeff Goldblum in certain lights,
Who
But
is
this-
Ruxin's dad.
who happens
Yeah.
to be apparently Ruxin's dad on this really shitty show on
Oh,
television.
you son of.
I don't know
No,
how
it
they
did
put
get
garbage
terrible.
on TV.
It just
like
like
that.
it went from great to good to okay to okay. Maybe they'll pick it up next season. And this season they were like, let's phone it in.
I never got to the point where I thought that show was good. I just thought that show was just crap.
Was it because of Austin though?
Austin was a huge motivating factor for me to hate the show, but I would have hated the show anyway.
Okay.
It just didn't. I don't know. I don't know. They're like sports betting or something. I just didn't. I didn't get.
Some good shows don't tickle people's fancies. That's fine.
And some bad ones don't either. And I'll tell you what.
Hey, I still watch Star Trek.
You mean the best show? So I'd put. What's the show called that he's on?
The League.
The League. I'd put The League with Sons of Anarchy as the same type of show, which is shit.
Dang.
Yep, you heard me, folks. I'll go on record. Sons of Anarchy is a terrible show.
Like 4 signatures and we'll kick Mike off the podcast.
I tell you what, if you can get one.
We have 2 of them right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, guys, fine. No, I don't like being compared to that guy because I think he's a fucking ass. But other than that,
And the only way you looked like him is when you shaved. But that's
Right.
when you were a girl. Now you're a man.
And the proper glasses.
thank you, Sean. Thank you. Yeah, I had, and I can
Oh,
see
your
it.
black glasses.
I could
yeah.
see, but people were like, "Oh, you don't just look like this guy, but your mannerisms are like this guy as well."
See,
a little bit.
Your mannerisms I didn't pick. Hold on. Sponsorship time. Who's
Oh
sponsoring
my
today's
God!
podcast?
What are you? What the?
What do we
are
got
you
here?
eating?
I'm sorry, that was so rude.
What do
is
you got?
that?
Well, who are we sponsored
This is
by?
a pecan turtle brownie.
What is it
Is
made
it
out
vegan?
of?
Nope, this is straight up brownie, friends.
So it's probably good.
A straight up brownie?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he didn't want to go to Lockhart's.
Right. You can't convince the guy to have a barbecue pork sandwich, but he'll have a
Right.
straight up brownie. Why don't you just throw everything to the wind, do drugs, and run around naked while you're in there?
I'll give it a shot.
I like it. Yeah, it'd be funny also to kind of look at each other and kind of point out certain things about fictional characters that we might do, I suppose, as well.
Well, we all do that. You know, don't you watching something or something, you're just like, holy shit, that's Sean.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't watch those things on the internet anymore.
Oh,
but
wow.
I've seen
Dang.
Yeah.
I've seen people like Sean, but I can't even. Okay,
College
Jeff,
was tough.
our friend Jeff. He showed me this picture of that redheaded lumberjack.
The
Who
guy
is it?
from Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Exact
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Nailed it.
exact image.
That's Halloween next year for me because all I need is like a red jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So
Yeah, I have a red pantsuit you could borrow.
Sweet.
bell bottoms.
Josh,
Yes, sir.
I think you remind me of someone. I just can't put my finger on it right now.
When you put your finger on it, you let me know what it is.
That's disgusting, and I will. I'll text you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'll text you, and then I'll forget to hit send. How about we
4:30
do
in the
that?
morning. Frank Castle. What?
Frank Castle. You look like a guy who enjoyed his family's butchery. All right, so if you guys had somewhere, anywhere, you would go to in this world, where would it be, and what are the 5 things you take with you, BuzzFeed style? Josh, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I wanted to go. This wouldn't be number one. I just thought it was like a cool idea to like go cross country, but foot the thing, and go all around the country and visit all of the national parks.
That's a sweet idea.
That'd be kind of my goal. Yeah. So obviously, if I'm gonna be footing this thing, you know, some of the things I'm gonna take. Make sure that I've got the old backpack.
5 things.
I'm
Fire
gonna-
away.
In no
Some
specific order.
some incredibly comfortable and awesome running shoes. Those are going.
Why wouldn't you take walking shoes? You're gonna walk most of the time.
Don't.
Oh, we can't judge each other's list.
No, that's absolutely what we're gonna do.
That
Okay,
actually
'cause I
makes
didn't
a
wanna
lot
be-
of.
I didn't want to be a part of it if we couldn't.
Because
Oh man,
maybe I would be running more than I would be walking,
false,
and I had to make it.
false. I know you.
You're right. My camera. I'm gonna take my DSLR with me.
Good.
A journal and a pen. That's one item
Waste of time.
for you, my friend. But I like to write. I like to chronicle. I like to journal. Fire away, Sean.
Remember the story Jacob told us?
Yep, he went on this whole cross country deal with him and his lady friend, and he brought a journal with him, totally intended on writing.
One day.
One day.
The morning.
Yep, that's it.
The morning they left, he wrote his entry, and
So-
that was it.
I'm only saying this because it's a
You-
romantic idea to take a notebook and pen with you.
It is, and you know what? I would be sitting there too, debating, like looking at that, like pen and paper. Take my iPad. Pen and paper. Take my iPad.
Yeah, that'd
You know-
be a tough call.
You know.
What else you got?
I would like to think that I do old school though. It would be now essentially. It would now essentially be my phone, but what I mean is I would want to take that as my. That's now my music player, my iPod. So a music player and headphones,
Okay, so not a Walkman.
or a Walkman. I could do that.
Get a mixtape.
Another thing that says "walk" on it. You should probably
That'd
check
take up
on
too
it.
much space though. Trying to take some compact discs with you.
It'd be so impractical.
They say compact, but really,
But really, it's-
Maybe one disc
They're-
with every song ever on it.
they're only compact if you are going to use them by stacking them like sandwiches.
yeah.
But at that point, you can only use the disc once.
and then they're
Yeah.
gonna get all scratched and smudgy. And
Yeah, and then
Final item is I would. This one may change too, but for now, I would say that I would probably take one of my favorite books with me.
Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace.
is it that infinite? Is it that
Is it?
jesting? Is it that Wallacey?
What about David?
I don't know.
Who bought the Foster guy? But what's your favorite book? I don't think I've ever asked.
One of my favorite books is the
One
perks.
fish, two
The
fish,
perks
goldfish,
of being a
blue fish?
wallflower.
Oh yeah, that's a good book.
Isn't
I
that a
love that
girl's book?
It is not a girl's book.
Okay, just checking. Sean, what do you got? Or did you
Are you
want to talk
done?
about Josh's
I was gonna
list?
say you're done
Yeah, let's talk
judging
about
my
Josh.
list.
Yeah, I
What's
really
on
think you
Josh's
should.
list? This
Or
is the
the-
second time you've tried to bypass the guy.
If I'm okay,
Or-
I think we should take it from this stance as well. Like if I'm gonna judge your list, I would say if I was gonna do the cross country tour thing,
Yeah, if you're
I
gonna
would
do what
get-
I was gonna do.
okay, I would totally take way more comfy shoes than running shoes. I'd take walking shoes.
Dude,
or
my running shoes are comfy though.
I'd strap pillows on my feet, dude.
Okay.
Secondly, I'd bring a motorcycle so I wouldn't have to walk or run. Thirdly, or thricely, I would bail on the pen and the journal, and I would bring a journalist with me on the back of my motorcycle so he could pen and write the whole thing while we're riding.
Yeah, he?
Okay. It's a house elf, and yes, it's a he.
Dobby.
Okay, Dobby. I'll bring Dobby back. And then lastly, a pair of sunglasses. That's what I would do in a cross country tour.
Okay, scratch.
That's what I'm saying.
Scratch my favorite book. I would want some sort of musician or something with me so that they would play my own theme song everywhere I went.
Now I'm gonna back your list. 100%.
Yeah, I did it.
Scratch your musician. I'm
Yeah.
bringing a hype man.
Oh my God, your own hype man.
Grand Canyon motherfuckers. Better open up for show.
Wolf, we're gonna take this place over, bitches. Yeah, totally bring your own hype man.
Just running through tourists, slapping them
Yeah.
across the face.
Calling him Little John, even though his name is Wayne.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sean, what kind of, where the hell are we going with you?
Yeah, buddy, where are we going?
I'm going to Rome. I'm going to the Coliseum.
That's nice.
The part you can't get into. Because
Oh,
apparently
yeah.
there's like parts you just
I already know one item. It's going to be...
It's going to be a Bruce Lee t-shirt because he
Yep.
fought Chuck Norris
Yep.
in there. But what are you going to take? Tell me.
Actually, it was going to be a Bruce Lee t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get the whole yellow jumpsuit from Game of Death? And
No, I'm actually going to go Chuck Norris style and just shirtless.
Norris didn't give shits when he
No.
did that movie. Not a shit.
Nor did he give razors.
The amount of sunburn.
Yeah, that dude, he
I'd
was
fry
bright red.
instantly.
Yeah. What else?
I got the t-shirt. I would probably bring a weapon of some sort to pretend fight lions.
Pretend fight lions.
Like the old halberds
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like a rapier?
Yep. No, like a broadsword.
Like a legit
a
broadsword.
like a two-handed
Yeah.
broadsword.
Like goddamn gladiator just chasing tourists out of the area because it's my place.
It's your place.
I mean, you do look like half bear.
Yeah.
man, that's not the sound a bear makes. What else?
Motorcycle.
You'd bring a motorcycle as well,
Motorcycle.
so
I
you
can't
can
remember
ride
what
around the
movie-
Coliseum.
Yeah,
and
I
Like
can't
like
remember
one of
what
those
movie-
Vespas?
No, no.
No, he wants
Like
a
a
cafe
Harley.
jumper or something.
Yeah, like a Harley, not a cafe jumper. I'm not going to coffee shops.
Wow.
Aw.
Dang, girl.
You don't actually have to go to a cafe.
No,
on
I
a
feel like
cafe
if it's in
jumper.
the name, I feel like I have to do it, and I don't want to go to coffee places.
If you're going to Rome, you're getting a frickin' espresso.
There was a movie I saw where
Espresso.
there was a movie I saw where somebody was driving a motorcycle through the Coliseum. Looked fun.
Was that Wanted?
No.
No.
Nope.
What else?
Snorkel in case I fall into the aqueducts.
Okay, that'll never happen. And was that 5?
This is Sean we're talking
Yeah.
about.
This sounds like the worst list I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Your list is going to be worse.
Wow. He's setting me up.
I can't wait to see how great this is.
No, hey, I'm not saying it's great, man.
Hey, man, at least it wasn't your faced joke.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Wait, are you telling me that? At least you're not compared with
No.
Ruxin.
Yet.
I love both of
What
your
do you
faces.
love?
What do you love?
What do you love?
Both of your faces.
Are you saying that? 'cause
I got a
that's the only
top
thing you see?
5 for your face, right? Was that 5?
Can I?
yeah.
So,
Sure.
Oh, I guess you answered it. I was going to say why Rome, but specifically, you want to go to the Colosseum.
Yeah. I always liked the stories of the Colosseum and
Yeah.
you know the fact that some dude had a chance to win his freedom by fighting tigers.
And you're so.
They're also fighting other people.
I don't care about people. People are dumb.
Yeah, but those other people
Wow.
could kill you.
That's fine.
You're
Es-
fighting a lion,
I mean,
which
es-
has
es-
already been wounded.
Especially if
That's
you're
fine.
walking around Rome shirtless with
Yeah.
a broadsword.
You wouldn't be
Oh
walking
my
around
god, how
Rome.
badass would that be? Nobody would mess with me. They'd be like, "Oh god, there he is."
It'd be so heavy, Sean would just drag it around. It'd be like dull on one side from him dragging it.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna change my snorkel to a chain so I can just drag my sword on my motorcycle.
Oh my god.
He's going to get tired of carrying it around, and he's just going to trade it for like an egg salad sandwich.
An egg salad sandwich.
Do they make those in Italy? Or
I'm
egg?
sure.
Do they have eggs in Italy?
Yeah, man. Jeez.
Jeez.
Cheese? That's
And
going on
cheese.
my list.
All right, next topic.
Okay.
Where are you
Let's
going,
do next
Mikey?
top. Where am I going?
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
Mike
man.
going?
I'm going to go to the Fiordlands National Park in New Zealand. That's where they
Nice.
filmed
Nice.
Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
And was it or was it not like one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen?
It was.
It was.
It's a pretty amazing place. Things I'd take with me: a boat.
Being New Zealand, that's probably not a bad call.
With
Good.
T-Pain.
And I'm taking T-Pain. I'm gonna bring my guitar with me as well.
You can't
Nice.
play.
I can't.
Damn.
No,
Oh.
I didn't want to play it. I was
Oh.
going to use it for fire to keep
Oh.
myself
I
warm.
thought you were going to do like most high school kids do and just carry it on your back.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
plug it in.
that's exactly what I want to do. I want to carry it on my back. I would also bring with me a hype man. No, I'm kidding.
You
A
should.
bag
It's
of
neat.
cheese curds because I love those things. A music player.
Like a record player, an MP3 player, a Walkman.
Like legit record player. It'd be heavy,
Like-
but I want to listen to it as it was originally intended by the artist.
You're saying straight up vinyl.
I'll just vinyl it up.
Would you get the one with like the big I don't know what the hell it's called, but it's like the microphone.
The
or
Victrola.
Yeah, the speaker that's just a cone.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. That's the
Yep.
guy.
The horn.
No, I would bring I'd bring the guitar, the boat, the cheese,
The cheese
the
curds.
cheese, a
Breaded?
camera. You're miscounting.
Am I?
Yeah.
Boat,
Boat,
guitar,
guitar,
cheese,
cheese,
camera,
camera,
and
music player.
Your wife.
what do you think I'd bring? No, the music player was a joke.
No.
Why would I bring my guitar?
No,
and
people. We weren't doing people. It was
We're
objects.
not bringing people.
You're not
Well,
doing people, but
his
I
wife
am.
is kind of his object, but
Dang, Joanna, if you're listening
I'm
to this,
quoting Mike.
Yeah, he's quoting the third rabbinic law of no.
Hold on. Wait.
Fatouche.
Telescope.
Fatouche is not a bad choice. Telescope is also not a bad choice, but I would use binoculars instead.
Oh, I was close, man.
You were really super close.
I was not at all.
Sean, I might change. I'm going to change cheese for Fatouche salad because you can't go wrong with
No.
Fatouche.
You really
Now,
can't.
When you say cheese curds, right?
Yeah,
Are you talking breaded, unbreaded, deep fried, cold?
cold. Like I haven't had it breaded or deep fried. I don't know
Okay.
what that's like. What is
Cheese
that like?
curds?
Tell me about.
Probably not
the
as
cheese
good as
curds.
just straight up cheese.
No, cheese curds cold, like from the deli.
Yeah, yeah.
Are just fucking delicious.
Yeah, they're like cheddar. They're really sharp. They're delish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've told the squeaky cheese story.
Squeaky cheese.
I don't think I've heard the squeaky cheese
Sean,
story.
I feel
Yeah.
like you need to tell the squeaky cheese.
In Wisconsin, there's a cheese factory, and
No shit. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
somebody at the DIY in Ipsy this weekend was talking about it with me as well, about squeaky cheese, and it's just cheese curds, and it's so chewy and so chewy that when you bite it, it makes a little slide. It slides in your teeth and makes a little squeaky sound. So it's like,
It sounds like a mouse.
yeah, and they call it squeaky cheese.
Aw.
Wow, that's really it's really great.
You're welcome.
Squeaky cheese. Well, I might not want to bring squeaky cheese because then whatever wild animals hears that little
We're off the
Scum
cheese.
dead.
We're off the cheese. You're taking fatouche.
fatouche.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing white people's hummus either. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do
ugh.
that.
All that garlic shit.
All that garlic shit.
Oh,
Well, all right. So
Argyle. Dang, Argyle.
dang Argyle, let's geek it up in here.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my
Crossovers.
pants off.
Crossovers, mishmash, hodgepodge, blending characters together. What would be your ideal crossover or blend? We've seen it before. Spawn versus Batman. That was a great little 2-book series. Image did one. DC did the other one. We had a lot of cool crossovers. What would you guys do?
Didn't they do one where Batman got the Green Lantern ring?
Yeah, but that's... Yeah. Did they?
I remember seeing a bunch of pictures online of like Batman and his uniforms all Green Lanterned out. And there was something about how he got the ring and it just made him mad with power.
That's crazy. It sounds great, but if it's not real, it should be.
Right.
But when I was thinking crossover, I was thinking like between two worlds that wouldn't ever mesh. Justice League.
So was
Justice
I, but-
League.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Fine, dude.
No, that
No,
works
No,
too.
that's not even his thing, though.
No.
No, it's not. He was just.
It's not even his thing.
He's just shooting
I'm
off
gonna
the
look.
hip.
I'm gonna look it up. While I look it up, Sean, go ahead.
Sean.
I would love to see. Oh man, who would I love to see?
Who wouldn't you?
I don't know who I'd love to see actually.
Sean came prepared.
No, I can't think of any superheroes that would cross well.
Doesn't have to be superheroes, man.
Well, one villain I'd like to, and it's in the same universe, so this isn't going to be accepted by anybody in this room. It would be the Joker as a permanent villain to Batman. Or not Batman, I'm sorry, Superman.
Okay.
Permanent villain. I know it's happened before,
Who?
but it's got to be permanent.
I mean,
But the same style, not like some Superman writing bubblegum Joker.
oh, so you want like Dark Joker going?
Oh,
in
hell
there,
yeah. Like tie up Lois Lane and shoot her in her face, Joker.
Dang.
Yeah, dang.
Dang, man. Maybe you need a break or something.
I need me a Snickers.
He needs a Snickers.
Didn't know you were
Josh?
that big of a Joker fan.
Love the guy.
Josh, do you have one that's less offensive? To a Superman fan? You got one of those?
I think you're gonna like mine. I was thinking of blending like the Star Wars and Assassin's Creed universe.
What?
The hidden blade is a lightsaber.
Well, that's awesome. Yes, that's not necessarily what I was. Yes, it could be. It could be.
was my
Yes.
take. It was my take.
I mean, it would be cooler. Yeah. But
Ew.
no, I think just because of some of the background of like the Star Wars universe and all that, like a lot of the mythology and storyline of like the Assassin's Creed world, I think would be very cool if you did it with like a Jedi and Sith twist.
I think
And
that is really cool because it would fit so well. Jedi are the priests, right? And,
Essentially.
yeah, and so are the Sith, but they're like satanic priests in a way.
Right.
And this is what you have with the Templars versus the Assassins is a similar thing.
Right.
Pretenders and realists or all that good stuff. I think that would work well as a blend. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any other ones?
At one point I did there, but I couldn't remember what it was. I had something cool, and it was the whole reason I brought this up. But then I lost it somewhere. But then I came up with the Star Wars and Assassin's Creed thing. So.
It's pretty good.
Well,
It's
thank
pretty
you.
good. The issue you're talking about, Sean, it was Green Lantern #9 is what I'm seeing on here. So,
Like,
but I didn't see any story stuff.
Okay.
But it did show like Batman.
Was he green or
with
yellow?
He was green,
Okay.
and he had the bat symbol was green. It was
Yep.
like popped out. of
Because
his
in
chest.
Arkham City, that's a costume. You can get the. I'm sorry. You can get the yellow lantern. The yellow.
The Sinestro, the yellow
the
color.
Sinestro one. Yeah.
Wow, that'd be sweet.
As a suit.
I have as a crossover. Some of us have seen the picture, Blade and Twilight. I would put those two together.
That'd be a 4-second movie.
Imagine just the whole setup of Twilight, like the whole hierarchy of vampires and everything else.
I don't know
And then you have
Twilight.
Blade. Just
Bullshit.
it's vampires, dude.
I know it's vampires, but
vampires.
like,
Bullshit.
no, seriously, the only thing that I
I
know
feel like it
about
would
it,
have been something he watched.
here's what I've caught up on Twilight is it was like a teeny type of romance vampire movie with a sparkly dude, and I think that's where my knowledge ends.
It's pretty vast. It's very. It's pretty vast. Vast as the oceans.
I don't know much about. I mean, some of the previews where they tried to do like the big battle scenes, like looked okay, but I don't know much about the world.
No, it was more so that Twilight would stop. That's really all.
You want Blade to go in there and be like,
Blade to
look,
go in there.
look.
Yeah, listen, y'all gotta die. That's really what I wanted out of it.
What if you put Blade in Underworld?
Like comic book Blade or Wesley Snipes
Wesley
Blade?
Snipes Blade. Wesley Snipes Blade. That's what I would do. But also, like I said, I mean, I've seen some really cool crossovers and stuff. Some fun character crossovers since you mentioned Assassin's Creed.
Yes,
Batman and Assassin's Creed.
that could blend too.
Yeah. Although the not killing thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But maybe Batman's the one who doesn't want to kill people anymore.
I think that would also blend pretty cool. Like if you made a video game out of it, yeah, gameplay wise.
Like an old school Batman that just has like
'Cause-
Renaissance
Yeah, like all the
type
all
weapons
the
and stuff.
all the detective-y stuff and like Eagle
Yeah.
Vision and all that. That would
Yeah.
that would all blend very well with a
Yeah.
Batman universe.
Yeah, I think so too. As we are the traffic, we are also the little guy, and we want to support small business and little mom and pop shops. Not little, some of them are big, like Walmart. Walmart's still a mom and pop shop, right, guys?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Still waiting on that sponsorship, guys.
Sean is wrong. Today we're sponsored by Walmart.
Live better, save money.
Is that the slogan?
No.
I almost said slogo because it's kind of day I'm having today. But no, some places that might be your favoritist of the favoritist that isn't Walmart. Sean, what do you got?
What do you got, friend?
There's a breakfast place in Plymouth, Omelet and Waffle House.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I'd always call it the Omelet and Waffle House Cafe. Or I would just add so many titles to it that nobody knew what I was talking about.
You pretty much always just called it the Waffle House. Let's go to the Waffle House. I'm like, Toledo?
Yeah.
No, I fell in love with their Mexican omelets. Plus, they're the only place on this planet that seems to carry 313 hot sauce.
I do like that I do like that sauce. Though. The 313 sauce is sweet.
Mike
I love
and I
that
got to meet
stuff.
the guy who makes it.
Yeah, we ran into him at FedEx. What a weird place to run into a guy who owns a business.
Like here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He was
Right
shop
up the
shipping
street.
stuff.
Nice.
And he handed the lady a business card, and I was like, 313. Yeah.
We're all like 313 dog.
I like-
313. We were his hype men.
Hey guy,
Yeah.
I like your sauce.
Hey guy, your sauce is good. Josh, what's your favorites of favorites?
Right down the road from this omelet and waffle cafe.
It's a coffee place, isn't it?
It
Omelet
is.
and
Oh
waffle
yeah,
That's-
next to the meatballs. What is it?
Espresso Elevado.
Oh, this place is so good.
Or as it's known in our circles, just E2.
E-dose.
But that's also in Plymouth.
E squared.
And yeah, that they have amazing drinks, amazing coffee.
E times 2. You know, I've seen some unsavory folks in there before, though.
Like us.
Exactly us. We're the ones who turned that place down.
Remember that
We were the
sitting at
declassifiers.
Yeah, we brought
Is
it
that
down
right?
a class.
we,
Sure.
we sat down to drink coffee, and that one girl was just kind of meandering around the store looking for a place to sit. And Mike invited her to sit with us.
Oh, what a fun time.
And you ended up finding out that her parents were the ones that were driving the rickshaws around that we
Yeah,
wanted
the
to ride
bikes.
on.
Yeah, and I thought, how cool was it? How cool would it be at any point in time to sit at one of these mom and pop places? Because people seem friendlier in there. Even the customers are friendlier. To sit down and like basically interview somebody you've never met before.
Josh and I frequent Starbucks. We went last Tuesday, and there's this one table that I always want. It's right next to the bathroom, so you kind of figure out why I need it.
Yeah, you
there.
love the smell of poop.
I do. Poop is my favorite scent. So
Oh,
if you guys
it's
want
my
to send me a
favorite
Christmas gift,
Yeah.
this one older gentleman is at the table, and he's the only one sitting there. He's the older guy that's retired, so he just kind of hangs out in Starbuckses. Because I saw him at the one in Southgate a few years ago.
You did?
Yeah,
So he's like Starbucks trolling for what?
barista butt. I don't
Coffee
know.
and dudes? So what's going on?
Well, he was sitting at her table, and he was like, "You guys want to sit down?" And I kind of looked at Josh, and he was like, "Well," and I sat down. And I ended up talking with the guy. He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah. Did he waste all of your time?
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
I'm kidding. You
Unlike this podcast, no.
Oh, that's not a strike to my heart, my friend. But yeah, so E2
Scarred.
is a great choice.
It is.
Awful and Womlet House is also an excellent choice. That'd be waffle and omelet.
There's
by the
another really cool one. It's a coffee shop and a bookstore combo. It's called The Next Chapter in Northville.
What?
That one's really cool.
You never told me about this place, fool. Dang. Do I got to Google it?
You can Google's it.
I'm Googs.
Do you remember like a few months ago I sent you the pictures of that cat book? It was like all the evil
Oh,
things
yeah.
your cat does.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
Mythos.
Yeah, that's where I took those pictures at.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys like go to these cool hip places and
Yeah.
kind of like
Oh.
leave me.
Yeah.
Oh, we invite you.
No, we
I've
don't.
never been invited.
That's true.
No, he's like, let's invite Mike. I'm like, nope.
Sean is the link that gets cut. That's true. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say that this. I know I use CVS as an example of a chain store, but the CVS over by the lab where we frequent we've made friends with several of the people who work there.
Mhm.
Super friendly peeps.
Yeah.
They probably hate their job.
And
I'm
us.
sure.
Because they're constantly depressed about it, but
Right.
they're really nice to us, and it seems like the balance to the crappy job they don't like, that they look like they don't
The
like.
older lady seems to like enjoy what she's doing, but the one dude,
The one,
the one dude, he just
You know,
can't get a conversation out of him.
remember the video for bitchy resting face?
Yep.
Okay, and at the end it was asshole resting face for
Yep.
the guys. The poor son of a bitch has the asshole resting face,
Oh yeah.
and he can be so really super nice to you, and you're like, God, dude. God.
God, man.
He just has that look on his face like,
Judging
okay, thank you, have a great day. I'm like, well, screw you too.
Don't worry about how great my day's gonna
Yeah,
be.
dude.
Just
Don't-
because I buy 6 bottles of sparkling water, vegetable oil, beer, and petroleum jelly doesn't mean you get to judge me.
Yeah, don't judge Sean. He also bought dish soap, so it was really weird.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
The place that I think I would call out would be somewhere that you can pack up on a lot of food at a great deal. It'd be
Wendy's?
Little Bros
Ooh.
over on 4th and Washington area.
It's between Main Street, but it's closer to Washington.
Yeah, the guy in there, actually, it's owned by 2 bros.
The little hamburger place?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just super friendly. He's always like, he remembered us. I mean, from the
Mhm.
very first time we walked in. He's again, just he'll chit chat with you, joke around with you, all while he's doing the stuff. So he's got this like busy time. I'll cook, flip burgers, and get you food, and still joke around with you the whole time. And he has the TV on with daytime television. You know, sometimes like Family Feud is on or something, and we all get to make fun of it. It's just the atmosphere that's in there. It's not something you experience in these cold corporate restaurants. But there's something to be said about a smaller business. You know, they're nicer, but not always. There are some places that aren't very nice, but the majority, if you walk in, it's not even they're nice because they want to. They're doing something they like to do. So they have joy in doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they kind of
No.
They're working there.
well, they get a little
That's their living.
they get a little bit more freedom to, you know, to not essentially have a script of who they're representing. You know, they can be themselves a little bit more. And
Well, it's the whole thing of like they're doing what they want to do, so they're
Right.
happier people.
well,
You
and speaking of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You know who's themselves, regardless of what they're doing? Deco Doug.
Deco Doug is just that dude's just straight up laid back.
Yeah. You walk into a shop, and he's in his armchair reading a newspaper.
That's
He never
relaxed.
sells a damn thing out of that store, but he just enjoys his time.
I was gonna say the people that are really having a good time and enjoying themselves, and if you want to get real down and local, is you know, like some more of these, like you guys as well, but the little vendor shows, craft shows.
Oh man, what a collection of like creative, smart, amazingly friendly, wonderful people. I don't think I've gone to any of these shows and run into some jackhole. I just haven't. It's like a thing. If you're gonna do the craft show, you're not an asshole. You can't be an asshole and do a craft show. You can't.
Somebody told us that the
You can't, Josh.
Yeah. Come on, man. You can't.
You can't.
Somebody told us that
There's the pen.
the craft world is very political, and it's very, closed off, and I understand that.
Yeah, and it seems like there's a good reason in a way because
Mhm.
they've kept the riffraff from edging in. And what I mean by riffraff, I mean literally just negativity in a way. Again, we haven't, I guess, been in it for years and years and years, but I will tell you flat out, I didn't see a crafter where I was uncomfortable with their presence or who weren't friendly. I'd walk by, I'd just stick my hand up as a hey, and they would just yell from across the building
Because
just
you
to
were
say
Hitler
hi.
saluting.
Well, I mean, not
That's
even
negative.
the people, man. What's really cool is the product as well, and like how much, how much of really themselves that they kind of get to show off, and I don't know what the hell the word I'm looking for is, but their creativity.
Mhm.
That's really cool. I really like seeing all the little things and the effort that everyone puts into being able to do something that they love.
It's not easy, and some people are up all night doing stuff. Some
Yeah.
people like bust their ass to do stuff, and
Yeah.
it's not just, again, You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself, and you're doing it for customers, and you're doing it because you like it. And that reflects in your work. And your work suddenly turns into this huge creative process, and you get to show that off. Exactly what you said.
Well, and that's probably part of why the whole cool personality thing and all that really comes off, because they're there because they're proud as hell of what they have.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I've told Sean this. We haven't sold a single thing. The stuff does what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It does what it's advertised, I guess, to do. Sean and I have fun, and we have fun with the people who come up and we talk and chit chat. And
Yeah.
I started doing this thing this weekend where instead of, asking people that come to the booth to smell my hands, I just right out into the crowd, hey, free smells.
yeah,
And
people were
it's
coming
drawn
around the
in 2 or
corner,
3 people.
Which is weird.
probably yeah, it's
That's
agreed.
the idea.
People were coming around the corner getting hit with Sean hands.
I know.
Yeah.
Like he was
Iron
like
Man them
boom.
bitches.
He Iron Manned people's faces,
Yeah.
and they'd fall in love.
Yeah.
But not with Sean, because he doesn't actually
Unfortunately.
smell like peppermint and cedar.
Ladies.
He just does.
Mm.
But again, it's something that Sean works hard at doing, and he likes it, and he gets to just play around. He gets, you get that openness with people because you're proud of your product or whatever. It's part of you.
Just a big dumb animal in the zoo, folks. That's all I am.
He's a bull in a china shop at a craft show, dude. All that delicate stuff all around you, and you just smash shit. Yeah, you're an accident
It's so nice to hear
waiting
the
to happen.
It's so nice to hear the compliments too. Like, oh my god, this looks so amazing.
Yeah,
And it's not somebody else that you're peddling for. It's your stuff that you did.
Seriously. And when I walked up to other booths who didn't even know who I was, and we've done this, we come up and introduce ourselves. But when you first come up, they don't know who you are, and they're super nice to you, and they don't sell you stuff. If you like it, you're gonna be attracted to it. You can come up and get it. You don't get the hard sale and the sell at the register.
Yeah,
and
not once.
Getting spammed for stupid cards and all that crap.
Yeah, I've walked around each place like several times, even just taking my time and picking through things and looking at things and reading through things, and not once has anyone gotten in your face and tried to push that thing on you. That pitch doesn't come out.
It doesn't come out.
They're just kind of like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah, because they don't need it. They
Yeah.
don't need to sell it. It's selling it when you want to buy it.
I want to give props to the community of people because of, and I just learned this on Sunday. Remember that girl in Toledo who said her appendix burst?
Yeah.
She did the show in Toledo in the spring, and I went down there and I saw a booth and it said the vendor was gone. If you wanted to purchase something, bring it to the booth either to the left or the right. I was like, oh, that's cool. Lady went out to lunch. Her friends are helping her out. Found out in the fall when we were doing the show that her appendix had burst and the vendors were covering for her. I was like,
incredible.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. Her friends are helping her out. I found out this weekend they had no idea who she was.
Wow.
That lady had to call the person running the show because she had set up the night before, and on the way in, her appendix burst. So she called and said she wouldn't be able to be there, and she'd pick her stuff up after the show. And the people around her ran her booth. They had no idea who they were.
Just incredible.
awesome.
And that's the other thing.
Awesome.
Exactly. We stood next to a guy Saturday and Sunday that we had no idea who he was. Turned out to be a really cool dude. It was like one of those things. It's like, hey, this guy's creative too, or he has a creative streak, and he's a creator, and that's the biggest part of it.
Right.
Is again, you're not selling it; it's just your creation, and people like it and they want it. So he's just that type of person that you could tell is just laid back and it's okay, all is well, And he left several times, asked us to watch his booth and his money. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't just trust anybody with money and stuff like that, especially if it's just the first time you met them.
Right.
But there's this sense of innate trust there, which I think is awesome. And it is because everybody's helping each other. It's friggin' crazy. We'd have customers come up who were friends of people who had booths at the show come up because they said that their friend who has a booth at the show sent them to come see us. I mean, and then we would send people to other booths if we saw them having something or talking about something in specific. We knew to send them over, go to the first floor. There's a guy down there,
It's just this really cool together, like underground scene almost. You know?
Yeah. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's like the brotherhood, except they're sisters too.
I have a good time just walking around. I mean, it's pretty cool, knowing, several of you guys that do this now. so I get a little bit of like more of like an inside picture. But even just walking around, going to these shows, get out there and go to these local shows, folks.
Get out there. There's a couple cool places like Yellow Door. Where's that, Sean?
I think that's Clawson.
That's in Clawson. There's Rust Belt Market up here in Ferndale. There are a couple places that are like always open type craft places. And I think some of these things are going to catch on in popularity, and you'll have more and more of those around because there's something to be said about handmade, handcrafted stuff and knowing that people take the time to make sure that everything is absolutely perfect. You don't get product complaints because you do things so detail-oriented. You're so in the everyday mixing of certain things or the making of certain things that you just don't get product complaints. They don't exist.
I get scared when we get, requests for places to have our stuff because we're not able to sell it all the time.
Yeah, that we wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But at the same point in time, there are people everywhere looking for where do I find your stuff or whatever. So the key is you keep doing the right things.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get found by these other places that are kind of conglomerates that sell these different handmade items.
Yeah.
That's really what you want.
Yeah.
That's really what you want because and you know that when you walk in, that person is like-minded to you.
Yeah.
That they're selling this stuff because they believe in it.
It is like, almost kind of like an underground music scene. That cool word of mouth.
Yeah, we're
you
Good
know?
Charlotte before Good Charlotte became famous. We are, Josh. We're just like Good Charlotte, dude.
Okay.
He's like, okay. So what's a change or decision that you made that steered your ship a different way or that put you on a different path? Josh Sean.
Just shot home.
Deshaun Joshson. Anybody.
That nobody was going to do it for me.
What?
Don't worry about what it is.
Don't worry about the what.
Just know that nobody's going to do it for me.
This could
I love
go
it.
anywhere.
I love it. I love that.
No, nobody's going to, make me wealthy. Nobody's going to give me determination to do something. Nobody's going to do my job for me.
Nobody's going to put your pants on when you're in your 30s.
No, yeah, it's
That's the dream. Don't break it.
It's
the
it's
dream.
probably it's close to what we were talking about last week, right? And
Yeah.
that you can always seek help, you can always have a
Yeah.
friend there, but ultimately
Mm-hmm.
you got to take care of business.
Yep.
It's got to be you. Yeah, you get a lot of help, as Josh said, but also you get a lot of hurt because people will. It's odd because they'll especially if you're coming from like a darker place and you're trying to rise above all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You'll feel the hands reach up and grab you to try to keep you, try to hold you down. There is that element of darkness that's always there.
So is this a recent revelation for you, Sean? Or?
Unfortunately.
I would say, I'm sorry. I would say, fortunately, man, some people
No,
go through their entire lives and never reach that
Yeah.
realization.
Yeah, me and Mike were just talking not that long ago too that we would say we didn't essentially wake up, as we put it, until very recently in
Very
our lives,
recently.
man. So hey, you know what? Just even the fact that you did catch on,
Mm-hmm.
thumbs up.
About 3 years ago, I was working in Maryland, and I was texting Mike, and I was just having one of my days, and I was like, I had said something, and it was on the lines of, do you think it's this reason why people don't like me? And your response, and I'll never forget this, was, only the greats are self-aware.
It's a true story.
And I was like, God damn this motherfucker. And I spiked my phone in the couch, but it sat with me ever since.
Yeah. You have to have that. But that, again, you earn that.
Yeah.
And how do you earn it? You earn it by becoming conscious and aware.
What's one of my favorite lines to tell you, Sean?
Shut the fuck up and sit down.
Second favorite line.
Okay, then. Second favorite.
Sometimes you have to be your own hero.
Nailed it.
Sometimes you do. You gotta, and that's okay. And
Yeah.
actually, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You earn the right to be your own hero.
It feels better to pull yourself up by your shoestrings and somebody else doing it for you, because then you start to depend.
And
Right.
Again, you earned it.
Mhm.
So now, guess what? It doesn't matter what comes. It's not that you're ready. It's that whatever happens, whatever blows you down,
Mhm.
you know you just get right back up again.
Yep.
And you know you have it in you. It's fortitude.
Mhm.
That's what it is. Josh, what is your life-changing event, my friend?
My life-changing event is it's also kind of a more recent one for me, was changing my diet and eating vegetarian.
That's super hard.
Yes and no. You know, I did it when I initially started. I did it as a challenge to myself, and I set a time limit to it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this for like 2 weeks, and I'm going to go from there.
Right.
And I didn't really find it. The only challenging part is honestly is it and it really is for the better, because you're taking away all of your easy, quick options, you know, because
McDonald's, fast food.
you're taking away all
etc.
of that. All of these quick, easy, just terrible for you options are gone. So I didn't mind it. I fell in love with it. I liked kind of getting creative with it and coming up with new things to do, new places to eat, new things to cook. And really, in talking with my friend Hunter about it, he kind of really put it and summed it up best. And like, once you do it and once you go through it, and how your everything kind of changes, like especially like, you know, your body changes, your physical changes that like you kind of experience, you know, with your digestion and just the way that even like little things, even like your skin will look and feel different.
Skin change is crazy.
And he just said like, it's really not something that you can explain to someone. They really have to experience it for themselves. Because I could sit here and try to convince you guys and talk to you about it all day, but it really is something that you need to experience for yourself.
There are a few like vegetarian and even vegan things I'm starting to come around to. Black bean burgers for one.
Delicious.
It was either you or the waitress who said it's basically just like a dry chili.
That I believe that was the waitress. No, I did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the.
And you nailed it. That's exactly what it tasted like.
Yeah.
Now, I know all of them aren't going to be the same, but if it's a general description, then I'm all for it.
That was the basement bar, because it does have that spice to it there. It's good though, man. They have a really good black bean there.
I mean, Brandon introduced us to gluten-free pretzels, and they are
Gluten-free pretzels.
Yeah, they are absolutely delicious.
Now, without gluten, it doesn't have a certain. Is it that it doesn't have a certain crunch, or what exactly?
It makes it crunchier.
Because I had gluten-free popcorn once, and I was like, I've never had popcorn that exploded in my mouth like this.
Was that the stuff? Was that at Hunter's? Or not Hunter's, I'm sorry. Was that at Brandon's?
No.
Okay.
It was at Meijer. They have gluten-free popcorn.
Okay, because Pamela brings that popcorn from her work.
Yeah.
Is that gluten-free?
Probably.
Do you remember what it was?
I should remember it because I've seen it so many times, but I don't.
We should probably call it Beth because she could recite it word for word right now.
It's delicious.
Yeah. And it's made with like sunflower oil, I believe.
And coconut oil.
Coconut oil, that's what it was. It's absolutely delicious.
It is delicious.
I was on a route for the job I work, and I stopped into her store to see her, and she handed me half a bag and told me to leave. I had a snack that day.
But yeah, really kind of even going along, beyond the physical benefits of it are, the other additional benefits that you get out of it. And that's kind of like, compassion really, and kind of like caring for and, understanding what it is that you're doing. Not only just really, eating animals, but just supporting this incredibly poisonous industry that is the farm factories and meat industry, without getting too political.
Well, they've ridden high on the horse for quite some time, and I don't know. I know that some of it is necessary for balance sake, but I also know that if we're smart, we would reduce our exposure to these kinds of things anyway.
Right.
Let's say you're not so far pushed forward to say, no, I won't be eating any of that ever again. But at least reducing your exposure to it, because we can all agree across the board, even the people who do it or make it, that it's not good for you all the time.
No.
Well, I'm sure anything all the time is not good for you.
Like? No, you're right though.
Just so-
Everything they say the same thing. They say everything with moderation, and it makes sense to say that. But there's no such thing when it comes to the quick, easy way.
Right.
Because if you were going to give the quick, easy way to an animal, it would take that way 100% of the time. It would
Yeah.
not choose to work hard. It would choose to take the easy way. That's why lions hunt for the babies, and they pick off the sick ones, the easy ones to get, because all the other ones are too hard
Well,
to grab onto.
That's why they try to teach you, with like, for example, fitness, exercise, working out, and weights and all that. They try to teach you a proper way to do it because your body is going to tell you and try to do everything the easiest way possible.
The hardest thing working out was never doing the maximum every single time. The way they told you to do weights was you figure out your 1 rep max,
Right,
and then you cut that by 60%, and then that's what you should do for your sets.
right.
Well, you do that 1 rep max, and you realize how great it feels, and you want to do that every time. And that's really not the way to go.
No.
I mean, God, I almost blew my left butt cheek doing a deadlift.
So that's mine,
It was
gentlemen.
475 pounds, but that was almost my left butt cheek.
Gross.
Oh yeah,
Mikey,
big
you're
old
up.
cheek. Well, I guess I have a couple of things that I could point to that
Hey, man.
probably led me down.
Fire away.
Okay,
Pew, pew, pew.
many people know of a man by the name of Steve Jobs.
Yeah, we do.
No, who is this guy? Tell me.
So, I mean, just reading about his life, poking around with the things he's done, his commencement speech at Stanford, I believe, these things lit something inside of me, this little fire, and it's not gone out ever since. It just gets stronger. A couple of quotes, if I may.
Couple?
Yeah, couple few.
Go ahead.
Well, because these were things that really affected me at the time when I was becoming aware and conscious. He said, "I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance." So I knew that. I think at that time I knew when I wanted to do something or make something or change what I was doing, that it would take from me just doing. I think that's the huge secret. And that's what Steve Jobs imparted on me in his words, in his dead words. It's what he imparted on
Damn.
me. I feel like he handed some things to me, some knowledge, and he's always said there's no secret.
I didn't
It's just
know.
doing.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's what because we say that to each other all the time now. Just do, man. Just do.
Just do. I've been saying that. Yeah,
Just
that's
do.
what you got to do is just do.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, Nike used it as a slogan to make money, but it's pretty much spot on.
They slept in it at the
Yeah,
end.
just
That's
do
what
it.
bothers me,
Why is the it?
because the it is something specific.
It could be anything.
Just do.
Yeah.
Just do.
That's it.
Why
Forget the it. Forget Nike. Forget Adidas. And
Well, no. Let's not go into
Everything else.
branding. Why is the it the problem?
it is something specific. I'm just talking about if there's something that needs to be done,
We're gonna go back to this later. We'll
Just-
go back to this later.
do.
Just do. That's what we're doing. We're doers.
We're doers.
But we're doing
So
it right now.
he also said, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Just
We're
go.
doing right now.
But we're doing it.
It.
It being the podcast.
Yeah, but we're doing something bigger than the podcast. We're doing.
We're doing.
We're doing something. Watch how it doesn't play a role. We're doing something other people have wanted to do for a long time but haven't done. We're doing something that some people don't even want to do. Notice that it does play no role in what it is means to do. I know. Miss speak English very good. Wow, I insulted all of our Asian listeners and a couple Russians.
I liked that other one that you had. What was that other one?
Shut your face. The other one, there's another one here. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the result of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And the most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. He's always talked about how money isn't a big motivator. He was worth $100 million. He was 25 years old. He was worth $100 million. So here's a guy who literally had everything and kept saying it over and over again. Money just wasn't the thing. So, yeah, I can hear all of that.
I like that quote though. That quote's perfect.
The quote is perfect because your heart and intuition do know. They do know. What the what is that?
That's what I. That's
He's playing with his string.
That's what I.
Why are you
yeah,
playing
man.
with your I can hear your string.
I practice what I preach. You know, I follow my heart. I say that all the time. Follow your heart.
You following your string somewhere?
All this is
I'm
getting
trying
cut,
to.
so
It's just I feel like I'm a cat playing with
put your mic down, get the string.
Oh man, I'm
Let's do
good.
this.
So this could have been good. So the point I'm trying to make is
Still amazing.
is that when it's time, when it comes time, you make a choice, and again, you just do.
You just
Right.
do.
So and if you
Follow
don't,
your heart.
and if you don't, you're gonna die anyway, and
Right.
you're wasting your time. If there's something you really really want to do, well within reason, and it's not harmful to other people,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell are you doing not doing it? Because you're not only wasting your time, you are hurting other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because people who would benefit from your talents, from your skills, from your knowledge, and you're robbing them of that, out of some fear that you didn't want to take a risk, out of some fear that, it wouldn't work out. Man, a day doesn't go by now where I'm not thinking of the next thing, where I'm not constantly thinking about what can I do to increase my dreams. What can I do to reach out and grasp things that have come into my orbit?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I think that's what we kind of are. We're like planets, and things come into our orbit, and we grab them and just keep them in. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, it's because you've gotten like this taste now. You see
it's intoxicating.
you see how possible and how easy it actually is.
I don't look at a thing. I'll go to the store, I'll go to the mall, I'll go to different places, or I'll hear people talking about things. There isn't a thing on this planet that I don't look at and I say, I could, if I wanted to, I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is just what it gives you. I think we put those limitations on ourselves. Things are impossible. Things won't work out. I won't have any money, which you won't. But guess what? Money is not the most important thing. And if I was worth $100 million, I'd probably still act like I don't have $100 million. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the fact of life when it comes to someone who wants to reach for something greater than themselves, or greater than, I guess, like he said, everything else is secondary to that thing that your heart yearns for. It's calling to you. And to ignore that call and go to your grave, that's mistreating yourself, my friend. It's mistreating yourself.
Agreed.
So it should be a scathing reminder to remember that you're going to be dead.
And that doesn't have to be. This doesn't mean. This could be anything. You could relate that and interpret that to anything. Is what I really like about it. This doesn't have to be like, go start your own business, or
It doesn't have to be your own business. It doesn't
obviously,
have to
it's
be
that, but it could just be any dream, any small dream. Hey, man, that girl that smiled at you in the coffee shop. Go ahead,
Make the move. Take the risk.
That's right.
And what's the worst thing that's going to happen with any of this stuff? Even starting your own business, you're not going to be successful. Oh, so you mean I'm going to learn things?
Correct.
You mean I'm going to fail and I'm going to learn things from and experience things, and maybe it's not for me to experience them or learn them. Maybe it's for someone else. Maybe my experiences of failure are to help others. Maybe you don't look at yourself all the time. Maybe you look to help someone else.
I mean, we've made tens of dollars what we're doing.
Tens of dollars.
We
have that dollar bill, y'all.
That dollar bill. We've made tens of dollars, and I've learned more from, the people around us than anything else.
I wouldn't trade the last year, and we're going on now close to a year of just bailing on everything and just doing this thing.
Yep.
I wouldn't trade any of it for anything in the world. I feel like all the connections and everything that have happened as I say, and I will always say, your path is paved before you. All you have to do is just walk that path.
And how easy it is most of the time.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And you find some resistance, and it's almost passable.
Yeah.
You're like, how was this stopping me?
Oh.
How was that
Shit,
stopping me? And you just keep you just persevere.
From the starting line, it looks like such a big wall, but once you walk up to it, you're just kind of like over. All right, next.
Yeah, exactly. And he's right about the whole perseverance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not about the product or the thing that you're doing. Sometimes it's the fact that you're doing it and you're not stopping doing it like everybody else did.
Yeah, now you can probably even look at some of the roadblocks and the challenges that come up to you guys now and look forward to taking them on and just being like, okay, what can we do with this and what can we take out of this? Now, there's a quote, and I cannot remember who said it for the life of me, but it was basically saying, like, things don't happen to you, things happen for you.
I like it. Because it's true.
Yeah, which is essentially saying, like, shit's going to happen, you may as well take it, positively.
One thing I always respected about Steve Jobs, and it wasn't in his movie, and I haven't read his books, so I don't know that it's in there, but it was on like the CNBC style documentary they did. They did like 40 of them on him.
Yeah.
And he said that what he felt made them different was he thought of the user first. Unlike Windows, who made their stuff and then tried to make it user friendly, he went the other way. So it was right around the time he was getting when Bill Gates gave him $150 million to help save Apple, and part of that deal was to get Microsoft Office in there. And some guy had thought he was going to ruffle Steve Jobs' feathers by asking him a question about it. And Steve was like, well, you know what? We were always about the user first and then the software. We got ahead of ourselves and we lost our way there. Bill's helping us out. We're doing him a favor. We're going back to the user. And now look where they're at.
Exactly. And we say this in our business, just like I think many crafters do or many people in that business industry do. It's not about you.
Mm-mm.
You take care of your customer and you make something that you really, really love. And you're going to guarantee that other people are going to love it. Because we're all kind of the same in a little bit of ways. We all like the same type of things. Just do something. Do something for yourself. Do something for other people around you.
Just do.
Just do. And, he said one thing, I just want to say one last thing. He said, if today was the last day of your life, would you want to do what you're about to do today? And if you ask yourself that every single day.
That's the quote where he said he looked at himself in the mirror every day.
When he said, when I find myself saying no too many days in a row, I have to reevaluate where I am in life. So if you're answering yes, you've done it right, my friend. You've done it right. But sometimes it will be no.
I say yes on Monday.
Josh, you make me want to cry right now. I want to hold you like a little baby, but I already have one of those.
Hey, no, you know what? I get it. There are days when I'm just kind of like, no, actually, I don't feel like doing what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna try to take a more positive path and do something else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, our time here is short. We're gonna check out soon. We better be doing the things that we enjoy. Yeah. Otherwise, what the hell are we doing here?
Right.
What's the point? Pointless ass shit. So going back to what the hell happened to episode 8, which, by the way, consequently, consequently, we already have an episode 8. It kind of numbered it episode 8.
Yeah, we do. Thank you.
So we're going to call it episode 7.5. So what the hell happened to episode 7.5?
We're 7.5.
We're 7.5. 7.H. So what the hell happened to it? Sean, do you have any goddamn idea?
I was all fired up. I was ready for the show. I put my podcast pants on.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Had a good poop.
Good.
Was ready to go.
Okay, so Sean was ready. Josh?
Really?
Really? You don't have to. Okay, I'll tell you what happened to me. So I had a baby, right?
Yeah, you take over because what I have to say is not the direction I want this show to go.
Okay, well, I had a baby, baby Joseph. I just want to give a shout out to my baby son.
Hello, baby Joseph.
He's my first.
Welcome to the world, young man.
He was born on Thanksgiving Day at 6:52 p.m.
And?
Right around dinner time.
what fact coincided with that day?
That
I sent it to you.
Star Trek started that day.
Yeah.
How many years? 50 years?
50 years, exactly.
50 years exactly on
Yeah.
that day. And Josh sent me a text, and I'm like, son of a bitch. That was so awesome. What a great time. I'm glad. I'm glad that everything worked out. So many things could have gone wrong, and so many things went right. Some things went wrong, but they weren't wrong for long. So I'm so proud. I'm proud and glad at the same time.
He's plaid.
I'm plaid. I think it's going to be an amazing life. I'm gonna make sure that kid has his best chance, and I have so many things to share, and I get to play with toys again. So that's kind of what happened to me, is that Joseph decided to show up 5 weeks early. That's kind of what happened to episode 7.5 in my case. He of course had to be being 5 weeks early. They call it late term premature, so it's not that huge of a deal, but it's big enough of a deal where they have to keep him in the nursery and watch over him. So
Right.
that's what happened to me on episode 7.5.
But he's all thumbs up. Baby Joseph is getting stronger every day, right?
unbelievable, and he's hilarious too. Makes like a lot of cute faces. Oh, and the other crazy thing, if I could, right where he has a Superman curl, dude. He's had it since he was born.
I thought you were gonna say he had a Harry Potter scar.
No, we don't know yet.
Okay.
But no, he's had the Superman curl, and it blew me away. This kid was born with a full head of hair, but the Superman curl was crazy. I mean, Joanna just kept looking at me like, "What the heck? Where did this even come from?" Because it's
and you're like, I know.
it's so pronounced, and like the nurses would come by and pet his hair back or try to put it to the side, and this thing would go wing, and it would just come back. You can't get rid of it. It's a Superman curl, and it's gonna be there.
That's amazing.
I think it's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, it was like it happened. It had to have happened that way and no other way
Yeah.
because it's perfect.
It is
So,
perfect.
Josh, what do you got? Episode 7.5. Josh, take it away.
Josh. Hey, Josh. Actually, I was gonna say something relating to your son.
That he was awesome and
That Josh.
I just want to say that like how cool the whole thing is, really. Like he doesn't have to wait until he's 27, 28, 30 years old to have PMA, to have a just do attitude.
hell yeah, man.
Like this little dude is gonna be able to grow up with all of that from the start.
Yeah.
So that's
He's already surrounded by the best kind of people. His mom and myself. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't brag about myself, but I do. But I don't. But I wouldn't. The point is, all the people he's surrounded by are so great. Everyone's gone to such great lengths to make sure that we've been congratulated and that baby Joseph has been welcomed. Baby just show up and gets a pat in the back and a how do you do from everybody. But at the same point in time, there's a lot of well-wishing, which, believe it or not, even if you have a thought in your head, you've sent it out. So we appreciate everybody doing that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's surrounded by PMA all over the place, that positive mental attitude. We try. We'll do our best. I'll tell you that.
it'll be enough.
Yep. I'm getting toys tomorrow.
Yes.
A bunch of toys.
Sweet.
Baby Joseph needs an Xbox One. So if you want to send donations,
Yeah, baby Joseph needs an Xbox One because by the time he's old enough to use it, there will be another system on the market.
one
He'll also-
extra system.
1.5. So if you want to send in donations for the Xbox One for baby Joseph, we'll go ahead. I'll take that myself
Get him
and
get
put it
him
in his
skilled
Xbox
in
One
FIFA.
fund.
You just PayPal Michael Haddad.
I haven't played with I haven't played a game with him in the crux of my arm yet, but that's coming soon.
Oh yeah.
He's watched already 3 or 4 episodes of Star Trek Voyager, some Next Generation, and his mom is pumping him full of You've Got Mail, which is I don't know what's happening,
Interesting.
but yeah,
he needs
he's
a
in
mix.
the balance.
Yeah, he needs
the
the
balance.
mix. Yeah, absolutely.
It's contrast. He needs the
Yeah,
contrast.
Tell Joanna to give him some McConaughey movies.
He needs McConaughey in his life.
He does.
I think that show with McConaughey in it, that Showtime. What was it?
True Detective.
True Detective. Yeah. I
Oh,
think
he doesn't
needs
need that.
He needs True Detective in his life.
Well, I mean, if he's gonna be present, sure, but
I'm kidding. I'm not going to make him watch True Detective. He'll put it on himself.
he will.
I'll make him watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sesame Street. Somebody left his dead bird by a tree. We got to find out who it is. Somebody call McConaughey. Oh, wait, where is he? He's driving a Chrysler. Or is it Lincoln?
It's a Lincoln.
Damn it,
He was
McConaughey.
driving a Lincoln before they paid him to do it.
Yeah, and the Lincoln Lawyer. Did you ever see that movie?
I actually did.
That was a pretty neat movie.
Yeah.
Ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Tales from the Void podcast. We've been your illuminating hosts.
I'm Josh.
What? And I'm Mike. We'd like to give a shout out to our brothers in airwaves, the One Up Cup. Find them on Facebook and Twitter at One Up Cup and visit their blog at oneup-cup.com. What up, Chris? We love you. Also, remember to visit our sponsors, Detroit Grooming Company. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Detroit Grooming. Also, Cellar Doors, soap and skin. You better wash up. We love you, Brandon.
Wash your butt.
Wash that butt up. Find them at cellardoorsoapandskin.com. And lastly, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, Tales from the Voidcast, and YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud at Tales from the Void. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Don't you find it funny that even though we're part of the trailer, we never said anything else?